everyone, I'm Steffi D.
And I'm Lisa H.
And welcome to a special Canada Day episode of Check-In from Away.
This week we are checking in with some of our favorite Canadians.
Thanks for joining us. To mark the occasion of it being Canada Day, you and I have worn some Canadian-inspired outfits. I'm wearing my little flag ears, little maple leaf scarf. Can you talk a little bit about the shirt you're wearing?
Sure. So this is Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, topless, riding a moose in front of the Canadian Rockies, and there's some Canada geese flying around him.
That is the most Canadian shirt I have ever seen in my entire life, and Justin Trudeau is my future husband.
And he speaks moistly to you.
Me too!
Speaking moistly. Speaking moistly.
Lisa, I'm so excited about today's episode. Do you want to know why?
Yes.
Because we are interviewing the real people that Come From Away is based on.
That's right. We are chatting with the Newfoundlanders who are featured in the show.
What I love about the Newfoundlanders is that I really feel like they embody what Canada means to me. Are you ready for a Canada Day inspired rapid fire featuring your hosts, Lisa and Steffi? Here we go.
Favorite Canadian food?
Poutine.
Favorite Canadian pastime?
Eating poutine.
Favorite Canadian city?
Toronto, but also Banff.
Favorite Canadian celebrity?
Jim Carrey. I was obsessed with him when I was a kid.
Favorite Newfoundlander saying?
Lord Thunder and Jesus, God bless you, boy. Here we go, Lisa. Favorite Canadian food?
Ketchup chips.
Favorite Canadian pastime?
Laying and watching the Northern Lights.
Favorite Canadian city?
Sudbury.
Favorite Canadian celebrity?
Celine Dion.
Favorite Newfoundlander saying?
God love your cotton socks.
Yes, baby.
Hi, I'm Claude Elliott, the former mayor of Gander, Newfoundland.
And Claude, so in the show, you are a character in Come From Away, and you are the mayor of Gander, Claude.
That's right, and it's amazing that how close that people can play you. I never thought I'd be a character in a play, especially on Broadway, and something that has gone worldwide.
Can you tell us what it means to be Canadian to you?
The friendliness and the generosity of people in the country as a whole. It's great, and it's great to be part of a country that recognizes everybody, regardless of who they are or what they are.
Canada Day is extra special for you, right? So do you want to tell us why?
Well, it's my birthday. I'm a Canada Day baby, and I say everybody comes out to celebrate not only for Canada but for me too. So I take it as a special day.
My name is Diane Davis, and I was a teacher at Gander Academy on September 11th. I was mid-career, and in Come From Away, the character Beulah Davis combines elements of what all of the teachers at Gander Academy did with what Beulah did at the Legion. To be Canadian means a whole lot of things to me. It means that we can travel freely around the world, pre-COVID, that we can easily be recognized by our flag. Even our police officers in their dress uniforms are a national symbol. It means that in normal situations, our borders are also open to people who need refuge and asylum, and that's really important to me. As a volunteer who's helped Syrian refugees in Gander, they always celebrate Canada Day. It's a really big thing for them. So I'm a proud Canadian and a proud Newfoundlander.
My name is Oswald Fudge, commonly known as Oz. I am a retired municipal police officer with the town of Gander. I spent 30 years here in Gander and a total of 38 years in a uniform. So it means a lot to me to be Canadian. To me, it's how we treat people, how we do things. It's just so proud to be. I done an interview about 10 years ago on the 15th anniversary, and that question was asked. And I said, look, I'm very proud to be from Gander. I'm very, very proud to be from Newfoundland and Labrador. But the ultimate thing is I'm so proud to be Canadian.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Harris. I have a character being played on the Come From Away show. I am the manager of the Gander and Area SPCA. Being Canadian, we have freedom here. There's so many countries that are in turmoil now. I always feel comfortable living in Canada. Anytime I've gone away anywhere, it's so good to get back on Canadian soil.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Mosher. I am one half of the character of Janice Mosher, of course, played by the wonderful, lovely Steffi. My character basically is the Rogers TV reporter. During 9/11, I was the Rogers TV reporter. I was also the local high school media teacher, which means that for a number of days, I didn't get to go to bed, 5 to be exact.
What does it mean to be Canadian to you?
You know what? We live in the greatest country in the world. I would stack us up and put us on the top of the heap with anybody. The biggest thing Canada has going for it, and Newfoundlanders in particular, is that we care about one another. You know, your needs are more important than mine. Giving is our middle name. We live to help people. We care about each other. We look after each other. And, that's not a bad way to live.
I'm Janice Goudie, and I'm here on the shores of Red Indian Lake in central Newfoundland. To me, this is what Canadian means. Being in the great outdoors, enjoying nature, and be able to freely travel across the country to see all the great things that it has to offer. During this time, I just want to say to everyone, make sure you love each and every one of us. We all make up this great country, and we should be proud to be a part of it. Thanks.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to play a little Canada Day edition of Rapid Fire. All you have to do is fill in the blank. I'm going to give you an option. Just fill in the blank. I promise you it's very easy. Here we go.
I love it.
What is your favorite Canadian food?
Well, I'm going to say Maple Leaf bologna.
Probably good, old faithful Newfoundland cod au gratin or pan-fried cod with a side of cod tongues served with scrunchions.
Jig's dinner.
Jig's dinner, yum.
Lobster.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Poutine.
Me too! Okay. Favorite Canadian pastime?
Favorite Canadian pastime would be doing photography in the outdoors because Canada is so beautiful.
I do enjoy hockey. I don't play, but I do enjoy watching.
And I do like watching a live hockey game.
I like to watch hockey.
Golfing.
Your favorite Canadian city?
Oh, to me, Ottawa.
Ottawa.
I'm
Yeah.
from Ottawa.
I like every Canadian city that I've visited so far.
I love St. John's, Newfoundland, mainly because of the culture. Corner Brook would have to fit in there because it's my home. But I would say next to that, Toronto.
Toronto.
I haven't been in a lot. I'll say Toronto.
Yeah. Favorite Canadian celebrity?
I did enjoy meeting Justin Trudeau at Come From Away.
Sidney Crosby.
Canada. Gordon Lightfoot has a very special place for me. I got to meet him in person and shake his hand, and we had a great conversation.
Oh, it's got to be Kristen Peace.
Oh, she's gonna love that. For those of you watching at home, Kristen Peace plays Bonnie Harris in the Toronto company of Come From Away.
Rick Mercer is one of my favorite.
Yeah. He's
Man,
Great. Yeah.
I love these rants.
yeah.
Hey, you know what? I was on the Rick Mercer report. I had one line.
What is your favorite Newfoundlander saying?
What do you at?
What are you at?
What are you at?
How's you getting on, boy?
Come on in. It's not necessarily a Newfoundlander saying, but it's always welcoming in Newfoundland.
Can you tell us a story that is not portrayed in Come From Away, but that happened during 9/11 in Gander? Is there anything that didn't make it into the show?
Well, I think that one of the things that did make it into the show, I don't know if they ever, but was the young pregnant lady, that was sleeping on a floor, and I think when you look at that, you look at your own daughter, being stranded in a strange place, pregnant, and we found a place for her to stay, and she went with a lady and stayed in the house, which was more comfortable, and how that lady cared for her and looked after her while she was there. But there's so many stories, it's impossible to, I guess, get them all in, but that's one that stands out for me.
My one memory that I haven't had resolved yet is finding a lady crying in a classroom at Gander Academy, and she was a travel agent, and she was from the States, and she knew that her business was gone. She knew that her industry was probably gone, and she was going through a lot of survivor's guilt, wondering if she'd put anyone on the planes. I've no idea where she is. Her name is Sue. If Sue ever sees this, reach out to me in Gander, because I'd like to know how that resolved. But as she was leaving the school, we were collecting sharp objects to help with getting people back on the plane. And we got a whole box of pocket knives and just things we wouldn't even imagine now. She passed me her manicure scissors, and she said, "These are my favorite scissors. I want you to take them." She didn't have anything else to give me. And I still think about her and wonder where she is and if she made out okay when she got back to the States.
The one about the Wish Kids, all right? They do mention it a little bit,
Yes.
all right? But a lot of people don't realize that the birthday party that we threw for the Wish Kids, Kelly Savior, and I think you know Kelly, we like to call her Kelly Savior because she can pull a rabbit out of a hat. She's really good at what she does. And she was the one who called me and said, "Look, these kids are at this school. It's 6 of them. It's their birthday, 6 young girls. They're terminal. And we wanted to throw them a birthday party, but we couldn't because what about the other kids? There's 40 odd other kids." So it popped in my mind. I said, "Look, frig it. I don't know if I'm going to say frig it or not, but I said, frig it. What we'll do is we'll have a birthday party for 350. That's how many is in the school. Everybody's birthday." So that's when it started. And we got every not stuffed animal, but every cartoon character that we could find in the town, we collected up. And we had the RCMP bear there in the Red Surge. My daughter Lisa did Commander Gander. We had A&W root beer. We had chicken, Mary Brown's chicken. Whatever we could find. Our co-op store even had bears. Because when you look at Disney World, what do you got? You got mascots. So we wanted to give them like a Disney World type of birthday party with an 8-foot cake, 8 foot long, 4 foot wide. We had presents. Our Canadian Tire store donated the presents. We had, there was so much food, so much fun, music, and it was just unbelievable.
Well, one of my character, of course, is based on several people. Dr. Tweedy, Doug Tweedy at the time, he was our provincial vet here. I do remember the little dog, Ralphie. I think it was the 3rd day that he was in our care that he became sick. I know I went to the airport that morning and he just wasn't acting his typical self. And I called Dr. Tweedy, and he came up and actually took the dog off the airport property. And I don't think he was allowed to, but he did, just to make sure that everything was going good with the pup. And we figured out that the staff that were working at the hangar that the animals were being held were sort of giving the dogs treats in the evening, little bits of bologna sandwich, and probably everything. So he just had an upset stomach, and yeah.
Do you still work at the Gander SPCA?
I do.
Yeah, so what's been happening? Like, have you had to go? Like, who's taking care of the animals there during this time? Have you been able to go, or what's happening?
We did have a beautiful loon at our shelter there a couple of weeks ago. That was really neat.
Think of all these people that just were on the go behind the scenes, and they literally didn't go home, and I'm talking about the kitchen staff. All the kitchens around town were manned around the clock. You know, there was food on the go 24/7 or 24/5 because they were here 5 days. Mm-hmm. It was a wonderful time if you like to eat it, because there was so much put there. You know, you remember the line in the show, I saw a casserole dish I didn't think a person could lift? Yeah. That's a true story. That was a pasta dish that came into Gander Collegiate. And just to show you how big some of these things were, it took 2 people with their arms up like forklifts to carry it.
How many times have you watched Come From Away, the show?
77 times.
How many planes landed in Gander, Newfoundland during 9/11?
38.
Like the song 38 Planes.
That's right.
What fish do you have to kiss in a screech-in?
Cod.
Kiss
It's
the
a
cod.
codfish.
To become an honorary Newfoundlander, what drink do the characters in Come From Away have to drink?
Newfoundland Screech.
Oh, yeah.
I love the taste of Screech.
Where do you start your day?
Tim Hortons.
Yeah!
I started Tim Hortons every day for my coffee. I have Diet Pepsi. I don't drink coffee.
Can you name 3 languages that are spoken in the show?
Well, I'll say English, Spanish, and Newfoundland.
Yeah!
I was wondering, how many times have you seen the show Come From Away?
I haven't counted.
Where does Nick take the photo of Diane at the end of the show when they sing Stop the World?
At Dover Fault.
Which recipe does the character Ali want from Beulah?
Cod au gratin, fish with
Yes!
cheese.
What kind of food do the German passengers at the Elks Club want to try in the show?
Moose.
Yeah!
Who cleans up the bathrooms at Gander Academy?
A group of physicians who were traveling to Washington, D.C. for a World Cardiology Convention.
So question for you, do you think any of those physicians are still single today and very attractive and good dancers? Because me and Lisa are single and we're looking for some maybe hot doctors to take care of us.
Well, I'm thinking 20 years later, if they show up next year for the anniversary, they might be looking for some nurses to take care of them.
How many times have you seen the show?
Oh, I'd say around 30 times.
What does STFD stand for when Oz writes speeding tickets?
It was slow down.
What did Oz Fudge in the show get at Shoppers Drug Mart before the passengers came off the planes?
I mean, what did I get? Well, I mean, it was, like toothpaste, toothbrushes, what else was it? Whatever, baby food, diapers, all those things. That's what I got. And the last thing, Beulah had to go down and get.
True or false? Gander is the place where the Beatles first set foot in North America.
True.
Yeah!
Yes.
How many times have you seen the show Come From Away?
I actually have not counted. I know I've been to New York twice, and I probably saw it there 4 times. Toronto, probably 4 times. London, 3 or 4 times. I would say 25.
What animals were on the planes that landed in Gander, Newfoundland during 9/11?
Cats, dogs, and bonobos.
How many monkeys were on the planes total?
There was 2.
In the show, the buses have to stop because of what animal on the road?
A moose.
How many times have you seen the show Come From Away?
I would say probably about 30.
How many people in the world can say a musical has been written about them?
Yeah. How many times did I ever think growing up that I'd be in a musical one day?
Ever? Name 3 Come From Away songs, and bonus points if you can sing one of them for us right now.
Welcome to the Rock, Me in the Sky, and Costume Party.
Do you want the bonus
And bonus points? Welcome to the Rock, if you come from away. Hey!
Yeah, right. What does Mayor Claude Elliott always order at Tim Hortons?
Pepsi. Diet Pepsi, actually. Diet Pepsi, always. That's true.
Yeah. What did the Lions Club have too much of during 9/11?
Toilet paper, and it's a true story, except it was Gander Academy in real life.
I was wondering if you had 3 words of inspiration that you wanted to share with our viewers today about this time in isolation, the pandemic, 3 words that, to help people in this time.
Kindness, love, and generosity.
The true Newfoundland message right there.
This will end. How about that?
This will end.
Just be kind.
Just hang in there.
Reconnecting with family members in your own household. I guess I've sort of enjoyed it, but it's long enough now.
That's fair. So reconnecting family
With
members.
family, yeah.
Thanks for joining us on this week's episode of Check-In From Away.
See you next Tuesday. Cheers.
Cheers. We have a very special announcement to make.
We are doing our first ever Check-In From Away giveaway. To enter, just answer the following 3 trivia questions correctly.
Email us your answers by July 5th at midnight at checkinfromaway@mervish.com.
We have so many cool prizes to give away, so we cannot wait to hear from you.
Good luck!